Hello there and welcome to the Love Lake Martin Show. It may be overcast today, but summer is coming, lots of sunshine ahead, and it is going to be a fast, furious 2017. I realize as we are almost 50 episodes into our online show that we have a completely different audience than what we started with. So I just wanted to reintroduce myself. I'm Paige Patterson. I'm a realtor with Lake Martin Voice Realty. You know, the purpose of our show was as I was learning how to sell this water and raise our family as full-time residents for the first time, after visiting Lake Martin for almost 25 years with my family, that what a fun perspective I get to have to learn about our area from the ground up. That's really the format of our show, is that we want you to know and enjoy the entire area as well. In the background, we have what we're going to feature this episode, and that is the amazing neighborhood of Still Waters. We hope you enjoy. Today we are back in Still Waters, one of my favorite neighborhoods of all Lake Martin. Still Waters is located in the southeastern part of the lake in Dadeville, Alabama. Enjoy an amazing entrance as you pull through the 24/7 secured gate. Still Waters appeals to all ages. There is a fantastic playground for the kids. There is an amazing pool. Tennis courts open 24/7, and a lot of people already know about the fantastic golf at Still Waters. It is a public course. Right off the golf course is Copper's Grill, which we have already featured on the show. Remember their awesome fish tacos? One of our favorite things about Copper's is that you can get to it by boat. Just give them a call as you approach, and they'll send one of those family-sized golf carts to pick you and your family up. Behind me, you'll see another perk to the Still Waters neighborhood, and that is Harbor Point Marina, a full-service marina with a ship-in store, get all your Lake Martin gear, and they offer wet and dry storage of your boat year-round. People love Still Waters because you can find any kind of real estate that you might be interested in. We have condos, townhomes, timeshares, waterfront mansions, waterfront cottages, cabins, and off-water homes. And this home is a perfect example of what Still Waters can offer you and your family. You gotta act fast. This home went under contract after being on the market 3 days. Still Waters is hard to beat. Give me a call, we'll go see. Well, it's not sunset now, but it will be in a few hours, which means it's time for our summer Love Lake Martin sunset cruises. We've had these 4 summers now, and last year we included our Love Lake Martin community. Every boat ride was full, and many success stories came out of those cruises. This year, we want you to get us to do more than once a month, or maybe we take out more than one boat. Whatever it is, get down here. It is a great way to love Lake Martin.
We're Lake Martin aviators, and we love Lake Martin.
You know, our area is so beautiful. We brag on Lake Martin all the time. You never know who you're going to meet next and the type of people that the lake attracts. And we all, as Americans, owe this gentleman a big thank you. Bill Peacock, tell us who you are and what you've done before you started this alpaca farm.
Well, I was an air traffic controller. I dropped out of college and joined the Marine Corps back in the late 60s. And luckily for me, they decided that I would make a good air traffic controller. So I spent 4 years in the Marine Corps doing that. And once I got out of the Marine Corps, I went to work for the FAA. I worked in several different locations as an air traffic controller, and I retired as the director of the air traffic service.
Mm-hmm. So tell us about, that experience.
I was actually out of D.C. On 9/11 in New Orleans to give a speech, actually. And so when we first heard of the first airplane hitting the Trade Center, we all thought it was an accident. And then the second airplane hit the World Trade Center, and of course CNN was covering that. And so at that point we all knew we had a problem. And the professionals within the FAA, and specifically the Air Traffic Service, simply did what they had been trained for all along. They first put in ground stops so that we held airplanes on the ground, so nobody else was involved. And there was a lot of concern, both within air traffic and within the pilot community. Is there a hijacker on this airplane or that airplane? Because we didn't know when the next one was going to occur. And so the ground stop helped some of that, but then the System Command Center made the call to actually land airplanes at the nearest airport and get them out of the sky. So if there is another attempt, we'll get them on the ground before it can happen. And so we landed all the airplanes at the nearest airport. The biggest impact was the International Flights, of course, and Canada did us a great favor, landing a lot of airplanes at small airports in Canada where they didn't have facilities to take care of them, and the local populace actually took people in. And that's part of the story that a lot of people don't know, that the Canadians really helped us a lot. And once we landed the airplanes, then the hard part was getting everybody back in the air.
Yes.
Took a while to just get that all done and running normal again.
Mm-hmm. We do thank you for all your service. And then you continued to stay in aviation, correct?
We did consulting actually in Ukraine and several countries there in that part of Europe, in the Caribbean, a couple of different island countries, and generally supported the FAA until last year, and I retired completely.
Well, good. It's time to rest and study the animals and the pretty scenery that you have here that you've worked so hard to have.
Well, you hear people all the time that retire and say they don't know how they managed to do anything before, and that's the way it is here. This is a full-time job, but it's fun. I really enjoy it.
All right. Well, we love that you're here. Of all the places in the world you could have landed, and we're thrilled to have you at Lake Martin.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, it's Jamie, Caitlin, and Jeff. We're at the landing, and we love Lake Martin.
All right, everybody, this is Mitchell. Usually I'm behind the camera, but we have a special occasion today. We are here to eat some strawberry rhubarb pie, and we are here with Carol, Ronnie, and Erica. And what's interesting is this is something I ate as a child. I am actually was born in Indiana. I lived there until I was 12. And I was born in Goshen, which is where you guys are from, right?
Yes.
Originally.
12 miles from us. So that's amazing how wonderful a thing it is. And I can't grow rhubarb here in Alabama for some reason. I guess I don't have a green thumb for it. We have this brought in from Indiana from a friend of ours. And last year his daughter brought rhubarb in, and it's a big seller. I sell a lot of strawberry rhubarb pie. I sell rhubarb custard, and since I have such a limited supply, I can't do the rhubarb preserves like I used to do. So I just save it for the baked goods. And when I make a pie, you'll see it's a little bit runny. I don't like a stiff pie that you have to chew. So I usually make this almost like a jam consistency. And we'll let these people eat their pie.
If you've never seen rhubarb before, which you may not have, it's a big leafy plant or a root rather, and it looks almost like celery.
It
it's
is
red.
like
the
a
stalk
celery
is
stalk,
red.
a red stalk of celery.
Yeah.
Yes,
and it's
that's
very
what it's like.
tart.
Very tart.
Yes.
You have to mix it with something, because anybody who can eat rhubarb by itself
Either sugar or other fruit, right?
is really tough. Yeah.
I'm going to give this a taste.
We're going to have Paige sit down here now and enjoy her pie. Go sit down. I didn't want to refrigerate
It is good.
until you tasted it.
So, what do you think about the pie? It's amazing.
This is great pie. I'm so glad I came in.